Welcome to Endgame Finance, guys. Today I want to talk to you about one Chinese stock that's really making headlines. If I was ever to own a Chinese stock, which I personally don't, I'm not a big fan of Chinese companies. They're really strictly regulated by the Chinese government. The government can come in and just replace the executives, replace the management, and just tell the company what to do. They don't really have a free market economy. And that's the reason why I really don't invest into any Chinese stocks. Even if you do invest into Chinese companies, you're buying ADRs, American Depository Receipts. These are not shares in the company. These are just proxy investments. These are just instruments that basically track the performance of the underlying shares of these Chinese companies. However, if I was ever tempted to buy a Chinese company, it would be BYD. This company, as you can see, is up almost 1,600% in just the last few years. I believe Warren Buffett actually owns around 10% of total shares of this company. What's really exciting about this company is with monthly sales volume currently surpassing 30,000 units, that's 30,000 per month. BYD has hit a significant milestone by assembling its 500,000 yuan plus Friday, only 19 months after launching. This is pretty huge. This model has been expanding globally after launch in Colombia last October, followed by Brazil and Thailand in November of 2022. It is now in 55 countries worldwide. BYD ATT03 was given the best-selling EV in Sweden, being Volkswagen, Tesla, and Volvo. Known as ATT03 in overseas market, the all-electric model is the first A-Class SUV to use the BYD e-Platform 3.0. The base version is powered by 50 kilowatt BYD Blade battery with an electric motor of 201 horsepower, providing 267 miles of range. 100,000 ATT03 models exported as of August 23. This electric SUV is helping expand the brand into new markets. BYD shipped its first batch of Yuan Plus EVs to Mexico in June, expanding to North America. However, I foresee this will not last. The expansion into North America will probably be stopped by the US government because the US government is really trying to establish their own electric vehicle market. They will slap tariffs on this so hard. I believe some European countries have already slapped over 30% tariffs on these vehicles. Europe is arguing that China is subsidizing these vehicles by making them so cheap and selling them overseas. They're killing European markets. So these are potentially unfair business practices. China has been known to subsidize a lot of their businesses, basically allowing companies to operate at a huge loss while just giving them cash injections from state funds. Now, what this really does is this lowers the price of their products so much that other companies cannot compete. They cannot compete on price with Chinese companies. So these other companies are driven out of business by Chinese businesses that are heavily subsidized by the government. So this is most likely the reason you will never see this vehicle in the United States. This is actually a pretty decent SUV. This is the car that most people would drive given the option to buy an electric vehicle for $19,000. This is pretty crazy. If there was a subsidy on this, this would be like a $13,000 vehicle, $13,000 SUV. This is unheard of. This would bankrupt most of the United States vehicle producing companies. This would drive Ford, GM, even possibly Tesla straight out of business. So don't expect this car to ever make its way into the United States without a tax added on it for at least 102 or even 200%. If I was ever to consider purchasing Chinese stocks, this would be the only company that I would ever consider. Even after this tremendous growth, this company is just poised to pretty much flood the market with their vehicles. China will probably restrict every other company from entering into their markets. They've allowed Tesla just because Tesla sells premium vehicles for Chinese markets, and these guys have dominated the lower segment. And I possibly suspect that these guys have or will probably steal a lot of Tesla's technology. That's what Chinese companies are known for. They're copycats. They copy a lot of technology from companies they allow to come in and do business with them. So it remains to be seen. If Tesla actually does release a $25,000 model, it may compete with BYD. We'll see that in the future. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to touch upon one of the biggest players in the electric vehicle industry that's probably Very unheard of. There isn't that much news about these guys almost anywhere. However, they're coming to sweep the markets. Basically, every other company really needs to be worried about BYD. These guys are flooding the market with cheap SUVs, and SUVs is pretty much what everyone wants. No one wants sedans anymore. They want SUVs, and if SUVs are priced around $19,000, well, they're going to dominate the markets. They're going to dominate sales. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions or concerns or want to share any other information, let me know below. Guys, like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day.